Hi everyone, it's Trish. Welcome to Rooster Crow Farms. It is a morning of coldness. It is cold here in Western Kentucky, and we're all just patiently waiting over here for this snowstorm that we're fixing to have. It was cold this morning. I think we're supposed to get down to like 4 degrees here in a day or two, and they're talking about, I don't know. I've heard 4 to 6, 6 to 10, 11 to 12. Who knows how much snow we're going to potentially get. But anyways, I believe it is on its way. Yay. That mean old groundhog was correct. I hope everybody is warm, trying to stay warm. I wanted to do a video today. Sorry, I had to yell at my dogs. I don't know what it is about the morning time. That's when they want to sound like they're literally killing each other. And they're really not. But anyway, I wanted to share with you my experience yesterday. I know my last video was all about finding your happiness and being happy. And it was just kind of ironic a little bit that yesterday was a terrible day. It was horrible. Like, if there is a definition of Monday, for sure, it was my yesterday. I mean, I just woke up in a bad mood. Have you ever done that? Just wake up in a bad mood? It was terrible. I woke up and my husband said a couple things to me and I didn't like that. Then I got in my car. I did go to the gym and I was mad about that. I didn't want to go. I didn't have the best workout. I got in my car to go to work, and I had well, let me just back up. I had to be in an hour away at 8 o'clock, which typically for my job, that's not usually what happens. We're going through some changes where I work, and I'm not happy about that. So this whole meeting was about new training and everything. So I had this bad vibe going into the day. And so when I got home, I didn't have a lot of time to do anything. So I had to, instead of getting my coffee in my coffee cup, which I enjoy drinking out of, I had to put it in a travel cup, which I don't like drinking out of travel cups. But anyways, I had my travel cup of coffee, and I had my water, I had my laptop, I had my phone, and I get in my car, and I bent over to get in my car and spilt my water all down my leg, all in between my legs, all over my seat. So I had to go inside. Now my dog's eating his dog food. I had to go inside and get a towel and get that all cleaned up. And so in my last video, I know that I told y'all that we've had some flooding. We've had flooding, and that was over the weekend that it flooded so bad. So anyways, I put my address, which I knew where I was going. I just like to put my address in my phone because for one, I have to track my miles, but for two, it helps to me to know what time I'm going to get somewhere. Because it's a 45 to an hour drive, depending on the traffic. So I put in my mileage or whatever. I get in my car, or my map lady, and I get in the car and I head the direction that I normally go. And I noticed that it's telling me to go a different way. And I thought, well, that's just strange. Why is it telling me that? So I, of course, keep going in the direction that I know is correct. And I get going, and it's trying to, turn me every, road that could possibly come up to go the different direction. So I'm like, okay. So I pulled over, and then I changed my direction. I did it all again. I said, well, maybe the address is incorrect. Put it in there. Well, it looked like it was going the right way again. So I started going. Well, as soon as I started going, here it goes. It's just taking me a different way. Finally, still nothing is clicking up here. So finally I get onto the road that I turn off another road. There's 3 roads that I have to get to, that I have to travel to get to where I'm going, basically, until I get into town. I see the sign, road closed, water over the road. And I was like, oh. So I immediately call my husband, which I forgot he went the different way, so he doesn't know. I'm like, do you know if there's water over 62? And he sent me a message back and said, yes, you can't go that way. So that is why my MapQuest was telling me too that I was gonna arrive like way later than I thought I would. Still on time, but only giving me like 7 minutes to get in. I have to park in a parking lot. I have to walk, quite a bit, and then I gotta go to the bathroom. Obviously, I drank coffee. I'm 45 minutes away. So I am completely at this point irritated. I had to turn around, and at this point there was no other things to go a different direction. It just said reroute. So I had to turn around, go back, and then go this alternate way, which was, I had no idea where I was at, and there was curvy roads, and finally I get to this one spot, and there's 2 cars in front of me, and they're like, road sign that says water over the road. At another place. Well, they turn around. Well, my map, person is telling me on my phone to keep going. So I'm like, well, I mean, they've been right this whole time. Maybe I should trust it. And I did, and I drove, and there was no water. It had already gone down. They just didn't remove the sign. So I was good, and I got to where I was going to my meeting at like 3 to 8. I got in there. I hate being late. I got on time. Of course, I'm at the meeting, and it's just not where I want to be. And amongst all that, my schedule got changed for the day because somebody's trying to call me. My schedule got changed, which I work home health. I'm a home health nurse, if you didn't know that in my past videos. So my schedule's always changing, but we've had this training going on. So anyways, and I had an appointment that day in town because all my patients at that point were in town. So nothing was going my way. That I was just so frustrated. It was just one of those days. So, and no matter how much I tried to focus my energy on being positive when all this was going on, because I could feel myself a whirlwind of just being irritated and set my whole mood for the whole day. I could not get myself focused on, it'll be okay. It's not the end of the world. And then when all this happened, at the end of the day, when I was going to go home, I thought, well, I'm going to call so-and-so, and I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to spew my negativity about all the bad things that happened today. And I told myself, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And for the most part, I didn't. My poor husband, he did have to hear me complain a little bit because, he's like my best friend, so I tell him everything. So he just had to endure it. But I did. I just wanted to just tell everybody. And I have people in my life, in my circle, that would just they love all that, and they would just go right on board and find something else to gripe about and gripe about and gripe about it. And then we'd be in this whole bubble of just griping. So why am I sharing that with you today? Well, I started to think about my plants and the video that I was going to give you, present to you guys. And I'm like, you know what? That is so true with like plants, kind of. Like if you've ever planted spearmint or mint, and if you ever heard them say, do not put it in the ground, it'll spread like wildfire. And I just was researching some oregano because I'm growing oregano, and oregano is in the mint family, and oregano is a very, very good herb. If you have not ever did your research on it, it is a very good herb. Like oregano oil, oregano tea. It doesn't only just have good, culinary things. It has very good medicinal properties in it as well. I was reading something or watching a podcast. There's my dogs again. Come here, quit. I was listening to a YouTube, I think it was a YouTube video, and they were talking about oregano, and I will definitely do some videos on it, and once I get it in the ground and harvest it. You can drink it every day. Do an oregano tea. And it just helps to, it helps to fight infection. I think to keep your immunities up. There's so many more other properties. I think inflammation, it helps with inflammation too. So yeah, oregano is, if you haven't started it or you know, using it in your garden, it is a great thing to use in your garden. But like negativity, it can spread because it is part of the mint family. And so be careful with that. If you put it in the ground, what I read was you need to trim it back in the spring and in the fall, because it will take over your bed. So I guess if you're going to spread anything, spread oregano or mint. Don't spread the negativity. It is so easy to do. Isn't it so easy to do? I guess my quote today would be, you know, negativity is... misery loves company. I don't know. Is that the right word? No. Negativity spreads like oregano. I don't know. I have nothing catchy today about that. Just know that this positive person sometimes, and I have had to train myself into certain habits and train myself, not train myself to be happy, but you know, I haven't been a morning person like a lot of my life. So, it's just, sometimes it's easy just to fall off that wagon and get right into, like yesterday, I could be like, just, you know, continuing on from yesterday and be like, oh, well, what's today? You know, and that's how it just kind of snowballs into this giant thing. Like, it is what it is, and I laugh about it at this point. Like, I didn't like lose a hand or wind up in the hospital or something terrible happen. I just had a bad day, and I don't want to spew all that negativity, and I don't really want to be around people that are going to, you know, encourage me to be more negative, because I don't want to do that. So don't let your Mondays be your Mondays. Blah. Keep it up. I have put all my starts from the other day under the grow lamp over here. I'll show you. Obviously, they haven't done anything. You gotta wait. I gotta wait. And then I still haven't figured out with these ones that have like I can't read what they are anymore. But I do have some lavender, some kale, my mint back there, and my sage, and my oregano. Everything's back there is doing marvelous, marvelous. So I hope everybody is going to have a positive day, and remember, it's not just, it just doesn't appear. Sometimes you got to work for it, right? You got to work for that positivity. And I'm going to be snowed in for the next couple of days, so maybe I'll do a video on all of the lovely snow that we're going to have. And if you haven't done so, click and subscribe and like and share my videos, because I do appreciate it, and I would love to grow my channel. And if you would like to comment or give me any suggestions about anything, I would appreciate it too. Y'all have a great, wonderful, positive, happy, don't spread the oregano day. Bye.